Here we are at ISE 2020, and I'm on the very special stand with Zoom. So Jim, in terms of what's on show at ISE this year, you've got loads going on at Zoom. I know you created or developed 300 new features or something like that in 2019.
Yeah, across our platform, whether it's meetings, webinar, the conference room system, you're absolutely right, just under 300 new features. Let alone regular updates and whatnot. We're constantly pushing out. If you want to check out our status page, we literally publish these things every week as we push those out. It's a fabulous place to be as it relates to innovating and really pushing the envelope as it relates to innovation and making our customers happy. So
I definitely agree there. I mean, you're a difficult one to keep up with. There's so much happening, but on the show at ISE this year, what do we have on show that's extra special?
So one thing I'm just personally proud about, and if you just walk in the different halls, not just this hall here, close to 30 different vendors are showcasing Zoom Rooms and showcasing their own product. Not just our booth here with D10, and you have the Neat, the Poly folks, Logitech, obviously tight partners of ours, but other customers and peripheral hardware vendors and whatnot are here. Showcasing their wares, leveraging Zoom Rooms, and I think that's just the power of the viral effect Zoom has had. But yeah, that's very proud to see that.
Absolutely, you are ubiquitous at ISE, aren't you?
Becoming ubiquitous, yes. I started at Zoom a little over 4 years ago, and it's been quite the trajectory. And to go from rewind the clock a little bit and kind of being the new kid on the block in just a short amount of time, we put, like you just said, the ubiquity is unprecedented. Let's just put it that way.
So you're global head of customer success at Zoom, and your mantra, you're right, is making people happy. How do you maintain that? What do you do in the morning? What do you do for during the day at Zoom to make sure that actually happens?
To put it this way, we're maniacally obsessed with customers, and we pride our products on user experience. But put it this way, we have really easy to use tools, but the reality is when it comes to managing that entire life cycle, think about the customer life cycle and that journey, there's a heavy element of change management early on. And it's very imperative that we get that right. And it can be complex. It can be daunting for a customer to, consolidate multiple tools and come onto something like Zoom. Humans are creatures of habit. They're used to doing things a certain way and leveraging tools that might be subpar, better for worse. But I like to think of our team as miracle workers. But again, it's very fun to have a product like Tool in our back pocket to be able to leverage during that change management process. It's a win-win situation, put it that way, where our collective sales teams are kind of selling that dream and we get to deliver that. So,
yeah, I imagine you're very, very busy people at Zoom trying to keep people happy. And collaboration is, I suppose, it's full of challenges, isn't it? And so in your position, what would you say is the biggest challenges that organizations need to overcome when looking at collaboration technology like what Zoom deliver?
Yeah, for sure. I think that the number one thing that we try not to lose focus is that user experience, right? To ensure that simplicity and security is key to our core. Ensuring that we have products that are just very intuitive to use, whether you're on your desktop, mobile, conference room platforms, and whatnot, and now telephony with Zoom Phone. Just to have that consolidated ease of use as it relates to just that experience, whether it's the look and feel of the one button to push in the conference rooms, or if you're on your mobile just to launch a meeting from your iOS device, ensuring that continuity is there. That's key. And growing up in this industry myself, I worked at a competitor for almost 20 years before I came to Zoom, and that's just something that we just kind of lost sight of. We had good siloed products, as it were, that were good at a couple things, not that collective UCAS picture. I think we've got that part right. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've used some of the Zoom technology. I find it equally easy to use, and interoperability is always an issue, isn't it? And that's the elephant in the room for collaboration companies.
That's a double-edged sword type of word, isn't it? Right, where you want to be the guys that work with anything and everything, but at the end of the day, if you're not controlling that experience. And I think we do our best as it relates to, you mentioned the interoperability as it relates to like our conference room connector, for instance, where we make it super easy with existing endpoints, whether, Polycom or Cisco endpoints to, join rooms in a very easy fashion, very similar to what a native Zoom room experience would be. But at the end of the day, we really try to, and something that we've done a lot more as of late as well, leveraging our partnerships as it relates to Neat. I think you've seen them, D10 as well, to have purpose-built systems that out of the box plug and play. They launch Zoom automatically. They're pre-installed, not having to mess with OS updates and things of that nature. Again, just keeping that whole, not just user experience on top of mind, but thinking about what we were talking about earlier as far as change management. That's very key as well.
Well, Jim, this has been a fantastic discussion today for me, because I really like the Zoom brand and there's lots going on. But I'm going to wish you all the best for now. I'm going to let you get back to what you need to do while you're here. Very nice to meet you at the show, and I wish you all the best.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.